Ready for some food? Is trying to eat an algae wafer right now. I don't really know what he's thinking.
What's up YouTube, Bees Aquatics back here with another video, and today I'm actually going to show you my 10-gallon aquarium. By the way, I hope you enjoyed that little feeding edit at the beginning. That's just a little bit about how I feed. I don't do that feeding routine every day because that takes a lot, but I do it about once a week. Usually I have so many other foods, like I've got 2 different pellet sizes of fish food. I have my algae wafers. I have gourmet turtle food. And then I also have freeze-dried shrimp and worms, which are dipped in this calcium powder. This is made of crushed eggshells, calcium powder by Zoomed, and Herptivite by Reptical. So I have tons of different food I can feed and supplement. That's just what I did today. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about how I set the aquarium up.
Okay, so the aquarium is actually sitting on a stand and with a canopy that I built. And if you want to know how I built it, pretty much just go check out the King of DIY. I'll link the video in the description. While I did make some of my own edits to his design, I pretty much copied it. Although the canopy is completely my original design. I also added some trim on the sides to make it look better in my opinion. So a good first thing to always do, even if your aquarium is brand new or super old, is to just hose out your aquarium, fill it up, dump out the water just to rinse out any dust or anything that could be in there. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to add the substrate. So the substrate I was using is Seachem Fluorite Red, and this is a red gravel, and it's really good for plants, except it's super dusty. And it does say it's pre-washed, but with pretty much any substrate, you want to rinse it off beforehand, especially with this substrate. So how you do that is you put all the substrate that you plan on adding into your tank in a Home Depot bucket. Well, it doesn't have to be a Home Depot bucket, but any bucket. By the way, I strongly advise keeping a bucket for any fish keeping stuff. It becomes so helpful for different reasons. Anyway, so after you have your bucket full of your gravel, you want to fill it up with water using your hose. Personally, I used my hose's most powerful mode to really try to get all the dust out of there that I could. The next thing you do is then you dump all the water out but keep the gravel in. But usually the gravel isn't clean quite yet, so I filled it up a few more times and dumped it out a few more times. Okay, so after you have rinsed out your gravel, you add it to your tank. And what I did is I used a cup to get all my gravel into the tank, and then I used my aquascaping tool to push it around. So I wanted the gravel to be mostly flat, but I kind of had it like deeper in the back and shallower in the front. A lot of people do this because they have their taller plants in the back and they usually have heavier roots, so they need to have more gravel. And then the plants in the front are usually shorter, so they don't need as much gravel. This look also gives the feeling of depth to the aquarium. Okay, so the next thing I did is I added in all of the hardscape. So what I was going for with this is the big piece of wood was in the middle, and I had a variety of rocks kind of originating from the wood and spreading out through the aquarium from the base of the wood. Okay, next I just added the plants and filled the tank with water. So at first the water was super cloudy, but that's pretty common with this substrate. After about a week, my filter took care of it. And that's about it. That's how I set this tank up. I'll talk more about everything that's happened with this tank since then in later videos, but I don't want this to get too long. So, yeah.
As always, 10% off H2O plants is in the description below, and thanks for liking, watching, subscribing. Bye!